Hi everyone, welcome to February training. This month we're going to be concentrating on drop sets again, working on a little bit heavier weights. And again, if you haven't been very consistent with your strength training, I recommend that you still do the workout, but just maybe not go quite as heavy. So today we're going to, instead of counting reps, our first set will be for 30 seconds, and that's going to be your heavier weights, okay? And then the second set's going to be for 1 full minute. So again, plan accordingly for your weights, because we're kind of getting into that phase now where we're going heavy, but we're starting to steer a little bit more into more endurance training as we get more into the springtime training. So today's equipment, we're going to be using some kind of a mat. Yoga mat is fine, a stability ball. I'm going to be using a 12-pound medicine ball and an 8-pound. And if you don't have a medicine ball, you can use dumbbells, that's fine. I'm going to be using a set of 8-pound dumbbells and 5-pound dumbbells. Again, for me, the 8's heavier, the 5's lighter. Again, some of you guys are going to be much heavier than that. But for me, that's what works. I'm going to be using a 25-pound kettlebell and a 10-pound kettlebell. Again, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can swap out for dumbbells as well. Just some kind of a PVC pipe broom for some of our around the world. And then our cardio point today, we're going to be doing mountain climbers. And I'm going to be using my Pilates bench. So it's just like a step that comes up to like my mid-calf. You can do the mountain climbers on the floor, whatever you prefer. I like to do them on a little bit of a bench. So again, if you're at the gym, you can grab a bench to do these as well. I think that is it. We're also going to be using this band, which we use for almost every workout. So again, it's not the really, really taunt one, but probably one step down from that. So let's get going. We're going to actually start off with this, and I'll try to position myself so you can see. I'm going to put the band right above my knees. And then we're going to lay down and we're going to do sort of a clamshell like we've done in the past. So again, lining up that elbow right underneath your shoulder. And before, our clamshells look like this, now I want you to go and make a big circle with that top leg, okay? Ready? We're going to do 30 seconds on each side and big circles. And again, you want to be able to feel this, but yet be able to make some decent circles. This is warming up the glutes, the hips. Let's reverse that big circle. Again, almost like you're drawing a big circle with your knee there. Good job. Switch over. And again, if you want to play music, and just, do this to, your music and, just watching the film and doing it with me, that's totally fine. I just can't play music in the background. They get me for copywriting issues. I guess I could, I think there's some kind of music you can subscribe to. But again, it's kind of pricey. And I feel like I already subscribed to a lot of apps. Sorry, I reversed that big circle too. I've got a clock going in the background that I'm keeping an eye on things, so. Okay, next, just roll over. We're gonna remove that band. Again, I've got my light trainers on. Again, I prefer that you do your strength training without your running shoes on, or try to get a lighter pair of running shoes to do your strength training, and it'll just help your feet and ankles get much stronger. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring up our hips, and I always like to line up my big finger right to the heels. That way I know I'm in the proper position. Now I want you to lift up that left leg in 30 seconds. flex it, we're gonna go up and down for 30 seconds. Bringing that lower back and glutes almost to touching the floor, but not quite. I want you to keep that foot flexed, and now I want you to point it. Now I want you to flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, and rest. Switch legs, right leg up, flex that foot, up and down for 30 seconds, keep it flexed. Make sure your palms aren't forced into the floor. Sometimes I even like to put my palms up to make sure that I don't cheat. Point that foot, point those toes. And now for the last 10 seconds, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. Good job. Again, we're just warming up right now. Next, we're gonna do an axe chop. You can do this with a smaller ball, a light medicine ball. I'm gonna use a stability ball for this. So again, making sure that stability ball isn't too huge to do this. And we're gonna be alternating sides. We're gonna do this one for 1 full minute. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna reach to the left and then rotate, pivoting that left foot as you reach back. Okay? So we're gonna be alternating sides. So almost like you're setting the stability ball up on the shelf. Okay, here we go for 1 full minute. Rotate, squat down, rotate to the other side, squat down, rotate to the other side, squat down, rotate, squat down. Get a nice pivot with those feet, reaching behind you with the ball. Feeling a nice stretch when you extend back. One more, and rest. Okay, we're gonna grab that pole, and again, those of you that have been with me doing these lovely around the world, I just use a PVC pipe. You can use a broomstick or a mop. We're gonna go 5 up and around. And again, if you can't make it all the way around, again, right here, I'm slightly bending my elbows. So if this is your point, then just stay there and then bring it back around. Again, working on that shoulder mobility, which we all need for everything in life. But again, with the sport that we train in, for swimming especially, and to be able to hold us up on the bike. Ready? And we're gonna rotate to the left, bringing that pole behind, up in front. There's 2, 3, 4, one more, 5, and opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, those always feel so good. Especially if you've been sitting at a desk all day. I do those all the time. Okay, walking hamstrings is just simply, you can put your hands on your hips, and I'm gonna bring out my right foot and kind of pushing against my heel, extending my leg so it's straight, so I feel a nice hamstring stretch here. And then we're gonna go to the left. We're gonna do these for 30 seconds. And again, if you wanna walk around the room, I really like doing these before I run or hike, because again, it really gets behind the knees, which again helps with that knee mobility and stability. more seconds. Now we're going to come up on our toes, heels, toes, heels for 30 seconds. Again, you can walk around the room if you want. Toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe. Stay with it, 10 more seconds. Again, warming up our feet, ankles, calves. All right, and rest. Okay, we are going to start off with a cardio point. Our cardio points are 1 full minute. So again, I'm going to use my Pilates bench here. You can use just the floor if you want. Any kind of bench, if you want to use a higher weight bench, that's fine. So what we're going to do is get into that high plank, bringing our knees to our elbows, and then in the middle as well. Okay, so you can switch, you can stay in the middle, you can keep going to the sides. I'm gonna start off this one fairly moderate tempo, and then the last 30 seconds, hopefully pick it up. Waiting for the right time on the clock here. So, okay, ready, and go. I'm gonna go center first. And make sure that I don't have my head way stretched up, so it makes me arch my back, or way down looking at my feet. So I'm just kind of looking slightly out in front of me. Now I'm going to bring side to side with my knees. Okay, time to pick up that pace. 30 more seconds. Middle. I'm going side, 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 side. Middle. Side, 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 side. Middle. 5 more seconds. And rest. Alrighty, let's get into that main set. We're going to do a 1-leg deadlift. So again, working with the heavier weight. We're going to be using the kettlebell, but again, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a heavier dumbbell. I'm not even sure if I can do 25 with 1 leg. I may be swapping out here. So we're going to do 30 seconds on each leg. I'm going to actually turn this way so I can see the clock. So you're going to hold that kettlebell kind of in the horn here. I'm going to start off standing on my right leg first, and then you're going to go down. Really trying to pull up from the abs. I want this movement to be nice and slow and controlled, because again, you're moving a heavier weight here. Bringing that leg up, not arching that back too much. I'm trying not to take a rest with my left leg in between. I'm barely touching the ground. Again, we're working on balance here, making sure we're sticking out our chest here to the floor. All right, switch legs. Again, I'm holding that weight in the horn here. If you have a dumbbell, you can hold it more like this, or you can hold it like this, whatever is comfortable for you. Ready? Up and down you go for 30 seconds on this leg. My left side is a little weaker, so I'm finding I need to take a little bit more of a rest here. I probably should drop down a little bit of weight here. If you start really losing form, sort of like I am right now, I would drop down a little bit. Never sacrifice good form. All right, and rest. So let's drop down to a lighter set. So again, if you're working with dumbbells, you can drop down. We're going to start with the right leg in the right hand, holding the kettlebell in the horn again. This time, we're going 1 full minute, okay? So you wait for the clock here, ready, and go. Again, belly button to spine, coming up all the way. Nice and controlled. And again, coming up all the way, that's where the challenge comes, right here. And holding it, and then getting back down into that deadlift. These are really good for cycling, because again, we're out over the hood of the bicycle, and we just want to be strong in our back, our shoulders, our whole back side, our whole front side, as we spend a lot of time in the saddle, in that position. One more. I'm feeling that in my foot and ankle. I don't know about you. Oh, okay, I was to fatigue on that one for sure. All right, switch legs to the left foot, left hand. And again, dumbbells are fine here. Ready? And you're on the clock for 1 full minute. Making sure you breathe. That helps calm your central nervous system, and oftentimes can help with your balance. That's why in both yoga and Pilates, breathing is huge, because it just helps rinse out everything, helps you focus, helps you get good oxygen. Almost there. I went running in the snow before this, and my ankles and calves are pretty beat up. I think that's why I'm feeling this one. All right, and rest. Okay, next we have a back lunge. And so if you're working, actually I'm going to be working with an 8-pound dumbbell set, okay, for my heavier set, and then I'm going to drop down to 5s. And so a back lunge is basically just lunging back, holding those dumbbells, okay? If you have knee issues, please don't worry about going down that deep. Okay, you're on the clock, 30 seconds. Back lunges are really good for us. It's a coordination. A lot of people say, why do you do back lunges if we're always going forward? Well, that's why we do them. There's a lot of balance involved here. So again, challenge yourself on the weights. One more. Okay, I'm going to drop down to my 5s. In another 30 seconds. Wait for the clock here. Ready, and go. And you might notice when you do drop down, your form gets better. So that might mean you went a little bit heavy, too heavy on that first set. Make sure when you're doing these too, that when you go back, you're pushing off with those toes too, and not going, you know, something like this, okay? So really use that foot too on that back lunge. Okay. Let's see, where are we at here? Kettlebell squats. So again, I'm gonna, because I only have a 25 and a 10 kettlebell, I'm gonna use the 25 for my heavy and 10 for my light. And again, you can use the dumbbell set again. So if you're using a kettlebell, you wanna pick up the kettlebell in the rounded horn area. For kettlebell squats, your stance is slightly wider than your hips, different than when you're working with just a regular squat. And you want your feet pointed, externally rotated a little bit, okay? So not like this, but just out a little bit, okay? So when you squat with these, I want a straighter back, not a real hunchback. Again, really using that core to pull you up and down as you do these. Ready? Here we go. We are on the clock, 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can touch that dumbbell, kettlebell all the way to the floor. I don't know why I was counting right there because we're not really counting reps. Let's do one more. Set it down and then drop down to your lighter set. And we're gonna go 1 full minute. Ready? Here we go. Squat down, get that stance right. If you're working with a dumbbell, bring those knees, legs in a little bit more and point those feet forward. Making sure that you're sticking that butt back when you're squatting. So if you're more of a person that likes to count, 30 seconds is equivalent to about 10 reps. Again, I like when you do your reps pretty slow. You get more definition, more strength. And a 1 minute set is closer to 15, possibly 20 reps. We're almost there. 1 more. Okay, good job. So let's see. We have our cardio point. We're going to do the bench kettlebells again, or not kettlebells, mountain climbers. I think on the next one we'll do skaters. We'll switch it up a little bit. Okay, here we go. Get into that nice plank position. And we're on the clock for 1 full minute. Go. I kind of like the center because I feel like I can go a little faster. Again, you can mix these up as much as you want. Again, the purpose of this is because we're endurance athletes, getting our heart rate up during strength workouts helps our overall endurance. And I've read this just recently in a runner's world, that it's really good for runners to do this during their strength training. Even if you're doing your strength training after a run, you still want to get that heart rate up during that strength training. Okay, we're good. We are good. We can put that away. We're gonna do a little bit of plank work. I'm gonna roll out my mat for this, just so I have a little bit more cushion under my elbows, because we're gonna be working a lot in a forearm type plank. So sorry, this is always curled up here. So to, so you can see me down here. Go back a little bit. Like this. Okay, you're gonna line up those elbows right underneath the shoulders. If you want, you can clasp your hands. If you want, you can just put your hands down. That's what I prefer to do, because that way I feel like my elbows and shoulders are lined up better. So we're going to get into a nice plank. So again, making sure that our butt's not way up and that we're not sinking down, okay? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna adduct those feet out, okay? For 30 seconds, ready? Here on the clock. I'm starting with my right. And again, you don't want your chin way down and you don't want your chin strained way up. Your eyes should be looking kind of where the floor and the wall meet, if you're in a place where you can see that. And rest. Do a quick child's pose, stretch back. Love those child's poses. Yeah. All right, our next one's gonna be for 1 full minute. This time, we're gonna be on our elbows, nice plank, and we're gonna be marching those feet. Okay, and as you see, it's a lot harder to do planks when we're lifting up our legs. So these are pretty challenging. Ready, we're on the clock, 1 full minute. Making sure you're breathing. Pull that navel to your spine. Check where your head is positioned. Making sure you're not lifting up your legs too high, but yet enough to offer a challenge, right? We have 30 more seconds. These will get your heart rate up too. Making sure these are pretty deliberate, not sloppy, nice marching moves. 15 more seconds. You got it. Stay with it. And child's pose. Lean on back, stretch. Ooh. Nice work. Okay, let's see what other fun I have for you. Oh, the lawnmowers. Okay, we're just gonna slide this mat out of the way. We're gonna be using it again. So I'm gonna be using my Pilates box. So again, the bench, whatever you've been using for your cardio point. If you haven't been using anything, you can do lawnmowers by just doing a nice split stance like this. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna actually be kneeling like this and doing that nice lawnmower. Okay, so I'm going to use, I'm going to use my 8s and my 5s, my dumbbells. Okay. 30 seconds on each leg, ready, and go. Almost like you're starting a lawnmower. That's why I call it lawnmowers. So extending that arm down. My arm's going almost down to my ankle, bringing it up. Again, locking in that scapula. And switch legs. See me a little bit better here, getting good position here. Ready? Lawnmower up. Good job. Stay with it. Okay, I'm going to switch to my 5s for the drop down set. Switching over here. Okay, getting a nice stance. We're going to do this one for 1 full minute. Ready and go. So I hope all of you are gearing up for a fun race year. You know, it's been pretty unpredictable lately. Believe me. Penticton will be I've deferred it twice now, so hopefully it goes off this year. And I've signed up for one other Olympic for now. We'll see how things go, but I don't know about you, I think I mentioned this before. I enjoy the training. I don't really need to have a ton of races. I just enjoy the training for all of it. Of course, the Ironman training gets pretty brutal, but I do enjoy the swim, bike, run variety. I really do. Okay, good. And switch. Whew, a minute's a long time. Position yourself accordingly here. Ready? You're on the clock. Up and down. So again, you want to make sure that that scapula is locked in there. I'm bringing my arm down to about my ankle here. So you don't want to be like really like this, okay? It's a very small movement here, just between the arms. And I'm having good stability in the lats. Working our biceps, triceps, shoulders, hands, wrists, forearms. Making sure you're not putting too much pressure on that arm that's on the box. It's just there just for balance. You shouldn't really be bracing yourself too much from it. And rest. Good job. Good job. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Okay, so we're going to get the stability ball next. And if you want to line up your feet next to a wall, sometimes that helps so you don't slide. I'm going to try without the wall just so that I can position myself so that you can see what I'm doing. So again, I'm going to grab my heavier weights here. I'm going to be grabbing 8s. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to actually set my drop set close so that I can drop down pretty quickly. Okay, so you see how I have those? So next, what we're going to do, we're going to lay on that stability ball with a wide stance, okay? And making sure you have good balance, because what we're going to do, we're going to bring those arms out, drop down, up, out, drop down, okay? So I don't want you to be feeling this a lot in the lower back. If you're feeling a lot in the lower back, that means you're going too heavy, okay? So, which I might, yep, I can tell already I'm too heavy doing the 8s here. So if you've been using something pretty heavy, you're probably going to have to drop down quite a bit for this one. Okay, 30 seconds with a heavier set. Here we go. Out, down, up, out. So you can tell when you push out, whew, it's hard. Okay, rest. So I ideally should have another set of dumbbells here. For me, it would be like a 3-pound set. I'm going to stick with 5s just for the purpose of filming and time here. So ready, we're going to do another set. 15 seconds, reach out, down. So again, that stability ball is making us work our lats, our glutes, our legs, because it offers instability, right? These are hard. roll off of that. All right. We have another cardio point. I'm gonna switch it up this time and let's do some skaters. So again, those of you that have been with me for a while have done skaters before, just basically moving to the side. You can go deep, as slow or as fast as you want to go, depending on how you're feeling. You're gonna do these for 1 full minute. Ready? You're on the clock. And again, these are good because so much of what we do is in that sagittal plane, that forward, backward plane. We don't do enough side to side stuff. So again, if we lose our balance and trip and fall on the ice, hiking, our body can adjust if it knows what to do in these other planes, right? Stay with it. Only about 20 more seconds. Up a little bit there. All right, good job. Okay, we're gonna get into some ab work. I'm gonna lay out the mat again. Oh, something I forgot to mention in the beginning. I'm so sorry. Again, only if you have one of these. Most of us have been through some kind of physical therapy and have been given a band. This is a TheraBand. So again, in your gym bag, if you're doing this at the gym, just put the red band and the TheraBand, just put it in your gym bag so that you have it. If you don't have the TheraBand, you can definitely do this without, okay? So we are going to do one set of 30 seconds and one set of 1 minute. So what I want you to do is take this, we're gonna crisscross it, okay? You're holding on so that you have a little bit left in your hands here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna be rolling down and then you're gonna come up, pulling those arms out, okay? Then we're gonna rotate to the side, pull out, working those delts, rotate to the side and out, okay? So we're gonna do that for a full 30 seconds. Let's go ahead, lay down. Don't fall asleep on me. There's your little break. I just like to start on a good number so I know where I'm at. Ready? Up you go. Pull up. Use that band to help you up if you need to. We're gonna go to the left, pull to the center, pull to the right, pull to the center, pull to the left, pull to the center, right, pull to the center, keep going. Pull that belly button to your spine, making sure you're not using your hip flexors too much or straining your back. Go down and rest. All right, nice work. 5 more seconds. We're gonna do that for 1 full minute. Ready? Up you go. Get in that good position. Hold it. Out to the center. Left, center, right, center, left, center, right. Keep going. 30 more seconds. I like to actually try to point my toes too because I have such stiff ankles. So again, that helps with swimming if you have more flexible ankles. Stay with me. If you need to take a break, do it, but then come right back. We're almost there. You got it. You got it. Hang in there. And center and down. Relax. Woo. Nice work. Nice work. All right. we just have some oblique rotations and then we go right into our stretching. So we are almost done. Yay! Okay, so here's where I'm going to be using 12 pounds for the medicine ball, and then my drop down set's going to be 8. I could come down to a 6 or 4, but I'm going to challenge myself today. Okay, if you don't have a medicine ball, again, you could use dumbbells, and you could use like this, okay? Just holding on to the dumbbells like this. You don't need a medicine ball. Okay. So our first set, we're going to be alternating, and we're going to be doing 30 seconds. Again, belly button to spine, holding up those legs towards tabletop. Ready? And go. So as we rotate, making sure that our hips aren't rotating, they're going to rotate a little bit, but our shoulder, this shoulder is lined up with this leg, okay? And rest. All right, one more set of those buggers, 1 minute, and we go down into nice, lovely stretching. Okay, ready? Get in that position, you're on the clock. If you want, you can challenge yourself even more. Do some bicycling. You can do some scissors. I'm a big breather, as you can see. Just trying to do some of those bicycles and scissors is really a good thing to do. Challenge yourself again. We're almost there, 10 more seconds. Rest. All right, lovely cool down. Okay, we're going to do a different type of clamshell. Okay, so I want you to line up like a clamshell, like we're gonna do this, but this time I want your arms out like this, right? We're gonna keep our knees together, our feet together, our ankles together, and I want you to open up and look to that extended arm. See if you can get that other shoulder almost to the ground. Come back, close that clamshell. Open up. And close that clamshell. Open up. Two more of those. Nice, slow. Last one. Okay, switch sides. And lining up our hips and our knees here. Making that nice clamshell shape here. Open up. I got a medicine ball behind me, keep going. 3. Again, following your arm with your eyes. That'll help you open up wider. 4. 5. You might find out you have one side way more flexible or tighter. So again, that one will point that out. Okay, we're going to get into a nice downward dog. We all know how to do that, okay? Go ahead and pedal out those feet, stretching out those calves. Go ahead and bring that right leg up. 3-legged dog, way over, stretching out that psoas, Bring that leg up again. Now bring the knee to the right wrist. Sliding that left leg back like a pigeon. Now I want you to spread those arms out. Forehead to the ground. If you want, you can even put a yoga block on your forehead to help the weight of your head so that you're not having to even hold on to that, and you can really focus on opening up that hip. If you have time, I would hang here for a good 30 seconds to a minute. I'm not going to, just because of time of the video and so forth. So, okay, let's go ahead and come up. Getting into that nice downward dog again. Bring up the left leg, three-legged dog, bringing that leg way over, stretching out that side body, bringing that leg up, knee to the left wrist, and come down. Forehead down, relax that head, stretch out that hip. All right, like I said, if you have more time, stay there, hang out, do some child's pose, foam rolling, you know the drill. And have a wonderful February, and we'll see you in March. Bye.